Well, folks, I always seem to end up making new final mission lists. So, I think this is our actual final mission list, right? And I guess I'll talk you through it real quick. So, we're going to raptor line the bumpers, first mission. We're going to put clear caulk line between the shower and the kitchen wall. We're going to mount our minion. That was our sign we were supposed to keep the bus. Velcro this little thing over there. I always put Underglow on my buses. I need to replace the screws in the rear lights. The screws that came with these things are starting to rust, so they're just not good quality. So I just need to pull those out, replace them with good stuff. Oh, the door, I gotta fix the door in the bus. I got a little bit of caulk line on the emergency window. I got a fire block, the heater penetration, and then deep clean. That's it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Crazy. Let's start checking this list off. We're gonna really attempt to get it done today. It might take one more day. So, this has always been a little funky. I'm gonna try and straighten it out. Look who's here. Look who's here.
Howdy do, you two. Hi, knees
Hello.
and toes. How are you?
I'm burnt, dude.
You are really burnt. I'm afraid you're gonna stroke out on me.
I might, bro. Y'all, I am completely tapped out. We only have a couple missions left. On that piece of paper, I was trying really hard to get them done, but I'm done. It was really hot today. It was like 90s or something like that, so I'm done. I'm gonna go take a cold shower, drink some water, and it'll take another day to finish, but all the big stuff's done, like painting the bumpers, doing the underlighting. Like that's a big, those were both missions that would normally take a day by themselves, but and then the heat, bro. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we're gonna finish this bus in this video.
Well, I gotta wait for this to boil. I was just gonna
Yeah.
do it here.
Yeah, that doesn't take that long.
No, I put
We got Tiffany. We got the girls. But look at this. Mindy and Alexander the Great, dude, are over here.
Yes.
Making dinner. Look at this. Wow.
So dinner
Nice
is
marinated
provided
chicken.
by Alexander tonight.
Oh.
That's Jalena's birthday. Yeah. I prepped it.
Thank
but
you.
yeah.
Okay, so we'll move this
This
over
guy.
there.
Look at this.
Yeah, got
Wow.
to get the right
No.
Are you eating broccoli?
What? Oh, that's a good thing we're filming this. We can prove it to you later.
Broccoli and carrots. She said she loves them both.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Marinade is shallot, garlic, basil, dill.
Y'all, I've been waiting for night to fall so that we could see the underglow on the bus. I'll admit I was already playing with it, but it's so cool. Check it out. You ready? Whoa. It's super cool, right? So fun. I always put these on my own personal buses. Just makes it super cool. I don't know. It's kind of fun. Y'all, it's exciting times. Guess what? Today is the absolute last official day on the bus build. Is that crazy? Like, I was just looking at the list. There's no way I'm not done today. A couple little things. So, we're finishing this bus build today. That's exciting. We got to go to Jerry's, return some plumbing fittings I didn't need, and pick up a couple screws. I'll talk about that real quick. I swapped out all of the old lights for LEDs, But I noticed that the screws that came with the lights are already corroding. So it's like they just come with really cheap hardware that hasn't even been on there a year. So I'm gonna go get some good stuff that's not gonna corrode. That's one of the big missions, and that's not a big one. So let's go. We're back at the shop now, and I got aluminum screws because the sheet metal on the bus is aluminum, and I think I'm going to take it a step further and probably put a little bit of sealant on the penetration and inside each one of the holes, as well as put sealant over the head and just do a whole bunch to waterproof it. That's what I'm thinking. Changed my mind. I wanted a white table. Why is that wasp keep coming in here, dude? I forgot about this. This is like a mouse blocker, rodent deterrent, 12 volt. We're BLMing out in the woods a lot. I meant to put this in, I forgot about it. I'm gonna go ahead and wire this in real quick before we finish cleaning. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can hear that high-pitched whine. I thought it was just silent. So that's the mouse blocker. I'm gonna put a link to it on Amazon. I think that's probably one of those deals. Probably one on a trigger and when you're not hanging out in it. Or if you know you got mice. I'd put that on a trigger knowing what I know now. So maybe I'll do that another time, but I'm just gonna pull the fuse. But at least it's there. Figured I should talk about that one. So a while back something happened and the door handle from the outside just stopped working. It just wouldn't unlock the door. I was having to open it from the inside, but I just opened it all up. That's what you just seen, and it looks like the clip that's on the lever that opens it just came loose. So I just popped the clip back in, put the door back together, and now the door works again. That was the official last mission of the bus. Let's go check it. Y'all, it's done. The bus is done. I'm gonna let it soak in for a second, put some tools away. Y'all, it's here. It's hard to believe after all of this work and time and effort and just the bus is done. Literally just finished all my checklists, just looked over everything, even fixed the door, which I wasn't planning on doing, got all the paint work done that needs to be done, got all the sealing done that needs to be done. And this was a long one. I used to build these things in 30 days, 3 months sometimes, and this one took a year. And I heard a lot of people talking about it. You know, I did have the house stuff. I did have other things going on. And you know, it is what it is, right? But we're here, the bus is done, and it's just crazy. I'm trying to like wrap my head around that. So yeah, so we're not done building yet. My bus is done. We're ready to go have adventures as a family right now. So normally, so the next step for the bus is, as far as my part is done, right? And the next step for the bus is it needs to go to my mechanic, who I seen yesterday. And normally my bus will, when I get a bus from the school district, it goes to my mechanic and I pick it up when he says it's omni-domni before I do the build out, right? I was just pushing and doing everything I could just to get this bus done. I didn't want to lose build days. So, and I've owned enough of these to know what the problems are, what to look out for, and I pretty much already know what the problems are, and they're nothing serious. So I never felt compelled, and I wasn't driving it. It's just been sitting here as I've been building it. I've only driven it around the block and started it here and there. Like, I really haven't driven it since I've got it to the shop. Huge shout out to Mike and Sarah, who picked this up all the way from Colorado. And looking back at it now, I would never buy a vehicle from Colorado. This thing had so much rust, which costs a lot of time. If you just happen to have jumped in on this series towards the end, I will add the playlist at the bottom in the description, and you can see all of the drama that this bus was. We did have some build sponsors, and I'm going to talk more about all the sponsors and all the things they did as we get into the actual bus tour, things like that. This is just the end of the build videos. A bunch of people helped. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to all the sponsors of the bus build. Thanks to everybody out there who's been watching this series. And the next step for the bus is to go to my mechanic, and I'll get it back at that point whenever it's done. And then when I get it back from the mechanic, I'm gonna move in and leave some of the stuff in here that's gonna live in here, and this is gonna be just an escape pod. Anytime we want to just go somewhere, we can just hop in the bus and go. And I'm really excited to do some bus adventures. If you guys have been watching this channel for a really long time, you know it's been a building every year over and over and over again, and I'm excited to change the content up and actually take a bus and go out and travel and go do things and go have adventures. I'm really stoked to change my life. I hope you guys are stoked to watch on that side. Stoked for Ember to start making some really cool memories, because we're in a unique position being YouTubers to where we can really spend a lot of time with our daughter and show her really cool things, which most people would have to do on the weekends. So I'm very grateful. I'm very stoked for Ember and me and the fam, and I'm hyped. So I don't know when any of us are gonna see the bus again. I'm gonna text my mechanic tonight, drop this thing off hopefully in the next few days, and then we're gonna start making it look cozy in here. So we're gonna put some, you know, put some bedding on the bed and get a throw blanket on this. And I didn't put the toilet in, so you guys will have to stick around to see the toilet situation that I'm gonna put in here. It's been a long haul, so I'm grateful for all y'all out here that watched this whole series, and keep an eye out for the tour and the whole build time lapse coming soon. And I have a surprise for the exterior of the bus. A lot of people were asking if I'm going to do a decal or a mural, and I've had something special planned for the exterior for a really long time, and I'm stoked to reveal that when that happens. So I'm done building the bus. The bus still has to go through a few more steps, and then we'll be hitting the road with this sucker. So thank you guys for being here. Long-time subscribers, so much love and appreciation. And if you just happen to have clicked on this video, consider subscribing, because we're going to start taking this bus all over the country, and I'm stoked about it. This is Isaac signing out. Also, there's a ProMaster van getting built over there. I'm going to be hopping on that in probably my next few videos too. So catch you guys in another one. Peace.